Drive out into deep center. Almora tracking. He's on the warning track, and that'll do it. Nice job, Rowan Wick. They do get one, but the Cubs still have a healthy 7-1 lead after 6.
America, we want to help get you back to it. And here's how, with the Ford Promise. Visit your Ford dealer, finance a new, certified pre-owned or used vehicle through Ford Credit, and if you lose your job, you can return it for up to 1 year from the day you bought it. You can also get 0% APR financing for 72 months across the Ford lineup. Let us help get you back to it with the Ford Promise.
Taco Bell's new grilled cheese burrito is filled with nacho cheese sauce and a delicious 3-cheese blend. And even more melty cheese is grilled on top. Introducing Taco Bell's $5 grilled cheese burrito box. Order ahead and pick yours up at our contactless drive-thru.
Get to know where to place your next bet on Follow the Money on MARQ Sports Network. Vegas veterans Mitch Ross and Paulie Howard host this hour-long show, share their knowledge of sports and gambling.
Dawson won the MVP in '87. Santo was awesome. Billy Williams, Ernie Banks, Sandberg was so good.
Get the most up-to-date information in live odds, predictions, and betting trends from the sports gambling capital of the world. Follow the Money, live weekday mornings at 6 on MARQ Sports Network.
And away we go. Hound just one to center. Is he locked in? Robert at the wall. It's gone. A home run. The season has begun. Chicago Cubs baseball on MARQ Sports Network is brought to you by Wintrust, proud legacy partner of the Chicago Cubs and exclusive home of Cubs checking. Prevagen, it's the #1 pharmacist recommended memory support brand. Your local Chicago and Northwest Indiana Hyundai dealers. Visit buyhyundai.com. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield, through it all.
Baseball is back. The MLB app is the only place to get all your baseball action. In-game video highlights, live pitch-by-pitch, breaking news, player updates, stat leaderboards, standings, and much more. Download the MLB app today, the #1 app for live baseball. The Queen City, Porkopolis. And here is the aforementioned Brooks Raley.
Former Cub, I believe a new catcher. Tyler Stevenson. Winker stays in and plays left. This will be Stevenson's big league debut. One and one on Schwarber. There he is. 11th overall pick in the 2015 draft, Tyler Stevenson. Got the scouting report. David Ross started that trend. Having that forearm scouting report.
Stole it from women's softball.
Right. Raley winds and fires, and it's full 3-2.
At some point in this game, we would have said, well, I'm sure Schwarber's got a lot of family and friends here in Cincinnati to watch him play. Grew up not too far away, Middleton, but obviously that is not the case.
And he took kind of a half swing and he strikes out. Game 2, Cubs and Reds tomorrow night at Great American Ballpark. And our coverage kicks off at 4:30 right here on MARQ Sports Network. First pitch just after 5:30. The catcher, Contreras, nearly got hit.
So 5 years pitching in Korea for Rayleigh, and he's traded in some sliders for a cutter. He didn't throw with the cutter when he was with the Cubs earlier. Threw more sliders.
He averaged about 180 innings per season pitching in the KBO. Popped up off first, and Votto will not have a play.
Yeah, at least 30 starts in 5 consecutive years. He was the KBO version of John Lester.
One to Wilson. Little jam shot liner, and it'll get past the shortstop Galvis for hit number 2 tonight. He gives his equipment to Craig Driver, the Cubs' new first base coach, as they discuss base running. Here's Souza. Foul tip. Strike 1. I mentioned Mike Foltynewicz DFA'd by the Braves. His season debut today, he gave up 6 runs in 3 1/3. He walked 4. And the Braves 14-5 loss at Tampa Bay. Swing and a foul out of play. I think there will be a lot of teams interested in him.
I would think. White Sox put Ronaldo Lopez on the IL. He was complaining of his shoulder in his start yesterday, I believe it was.
Corey Kluber's hurt, so is Justin Verlander. Does make you wonder if this unique season has made some guys a little more vulnerable to injury. Don't know for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to know, right? It's hard to know exactly what causes injury, but there was a lot of talk about soft tissue injuries being a potential problem.
Souza is out as he went around. Peel. 2 down here in the Cubs' 7th. David Bell got 4 1/3 of relief from TJ Antone in his major league debut. David Bodie, the batter, 1 for 3 with an RBI. David Ross got 5 hitless innings from John Lester to start the game.
John threw 76 pitches tonight, 50 for strikes. Strike 1 to 14 of the 19 batters he faced.
There's the pitch. Bodie lines out toward left center. It's going to get in there. Contreras around third toward the plate, and he'll score standing. It's 8-1. A 2-hit, 2 RBI night from David Bodie.
We've gotten some big hits with 2 outs here tonight. Bodie delivers his 2-out double to plate Contreras. The Rizzo home run in the 6th, the only hit the Cubs have had since the 2nd, before this little uprising here in the 7th.
The pitch to Horner. And he dribbles it foul toward Will Venable at third. Cubs scored 9 on a win over Milwaukee yesterday at Wrigley Field, and they put up 8 tonight after a lengthy rain delay in Cincinnati. Pitch on the inside corner.
You know, they say good things come to those who wait.
Tom Petty said the waiting is the hardest part. So you do the work and you get rewarded. Although I don't know if waiting is a lot of work. Sometimes you just do it.
Nico's had a hard time waiting tonight. He's been in swing mode. He's chased a couple bad balls. Chased a curveball first time up. Struck out. Last time he grounded a second on a pitch that was up out of the zone.
Horner fouls away.
He's attacking that high ball, and he can get there. And we saw him over the weekend against the Brewers get on top of a pitch out of the zone. Some guys have that knack, the ability to get on top of a high pitch. It's usually the guys with that all-field line drive approach aren't necessarily trying to lift the ball.
He didn't want that one. 2-2. Ground ball toward the middle, and Galvis with a bobble. He'll have to eat it. And now the throw to third. Bodie back safely. Should be missing a hit for a Horner. That was not the most routine of plays. I'm giving him a hit.
I would too. I think that should be a knock. Yeah, he's got to catch that, spin around, and throw with a speedy guy going down the line.
You know, Rayleigh's teammates may be too young to get the reference, although Joey Votto's probably familiar with this reference. And it is a hit. I think like above the clubhouse door, he should carve in Brooks was here. You think anybody, I don't even know if you get the
Brooks
reference.
was here.
Yeah.
It's from a movie.
That's right. I'll let you think about it.
Kilroy was here.
I'm talking about the librarian from Shawshank.
Shawshank. I don't know. Yeah, I love that movie. I don't remember the Brooks was here.
Next time you watch it, you'll know.
First time I laid eyes on Andy Dufresne.
Mora fouls away. Talk often about Gallo's humor. If you get DFA'd, that would be the thing you'd carve into the wall.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Knocked down. Nope, he hit him. And that'll load the bases. Join host Cole Wright and Marquee Sports Network analysts as they break down the team's performance. Stick around after tonight's game for Cubs Post-Game Live. It is presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. Derek Johnson, the Reds pitching coach, out to the mound. Cubs lead 8-1.
Really, with that kind of upright delivery he's got and the way he slings it up there, it reminds me a little bit of Chris Russin, another former Cub left-hander. Russin found success in the Rockies bullpen. I don't know where he is these days. Still there?
Who's that?
Chris Russin.
Chris Russin is in the big leagues, and he pitched the other night, I thought.
He is
with Atlanta.
Braves. He's in Atlanta. Yeah.
I know he worked in, I think it was a summer camp game I caught the other night. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he might be with their auxiliary group.
A strike on Chris Bryant. Bases loaded. And a run in. Swing and a miss. So no hits for KB, but he got on twice in the first 2 innings and scored both times. Cubs trying to improve to 3-1 to start the season. And they'd already be 1/15 through the 2020 campaign. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Stretch time from Cincy. Cubs 8, Reds 1.
At Audi, we design cars that exhilarate with versatility, whether on the track or the everyday drive. Today, that philosophy extends to how we connect with you. We call it Audi at your door. Whether a remote test drive, shopping, trade-in, or even service pickup, Audi at your door can do this and more at participating dealers. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
This watch tells time and takes phone calls and communicates with satellites thousands of miles above the Earth and tracks your distance underwater and tracks your activity and tells you which direction you're going and has an app that measures the electrical waves traveling through your heart, otherwise known as an electrocardiogram. So, just to reiterate, this watch tells time, among other things.
Now, only in the Subway app or online. Any footlong is a $5 footlong when you buy 2. Even the new barbecue rib. Subway, eat fresh.
Get your rear end gear. Come on, Miles.
Is couchercise a thing?
Not in my book.
Really putting this new data plan to work?
You can do it.
I think I pulled a hammy.
I'm Wilson Contreras.
I'm Kyle Schwarber.
I'm Albert Almora Jr.
Catch all the Cubs games on MARQ Sports Network.
This memorable moment is brought to you by Prevagen, the #1 pharmacist recommended memory support brand. June 3rd, 1971, Kenny Holtzman with his second career no-hitter and the first at then fairly new Riverfront Stadium. First Cub pitcher since Larry Corcoran to deal 2 no-hitters for the Chicago National League franchise. Time for our Budweiser pitching change. Budweiser, this Bud's for you, and it's Dwayne Underwood Jr.
Second appearance of the year for Underwood. Last season 12 times with the big club and a 5.40 ERA.
All Cubs tonight. 8-1.
Dwayne worked an inning on Saturday, allowed a run, a solo home run.
So it looks like Javi is out. Kipnis at second, Horner over to short. This, you know, in lieu of off days, in terms of not getting a start here or there, this could be Rossi's way of giving guys like Baez a breather.
Yeah.
He might go all 60.
Yep, and give Horner a little time at shortstop.
I like it. And as he told us before the game, he's trying to get guys at bats and reps. Cubs have only played now, including tonight, 7 quote real games going back to summer camp. Nice play by Rizzo and the feed to Underwood. First career plate appearance for one of the Reds' top prospects, Tyler Stevenson. Breaking ball is low and away. Tyler's from Kennesaw, Georgia. And he smokes one out into deep center, and he just homered in his first career plate appearance. It's the one thing about pandemic baseball is they should have no problem getting that souvenir for the rookie.
Yeah, there's been a number of balls hit in the air tonight by the Reds hitters. There's just not enough juice to really do much, but this kid lays into one here. And the scouting report on him is that he has plus power.
So 8-2. Check swing foul by Irvin. Don't care if there's nobody in the stands. That's a big deal for a guy, and you could tell Stevenson was pretty happy. Made a loud noise, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. Two appearances, 2 long ones given up by Underwood.
Irvin went. That's a strike.
Dwayne's got all the tools. A fastball that averages 95 miles per hour. Real good changeup. Pretty good curveball too.
And he just struck out Irvin, who snapped his back. And this incredible note brought to you by DraftKings. So 7 of 10 years in a decade to lead the league in on-base percentage. Rogers Hornsby did it in the 1920s. Ted Williams in 1940 and through 49. The 2010s, it was Joey Votto. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, and even with that, he's had his detractors, those who have said, no, he walks too much. He needs to be more aggressive to try to drive in runs.
They're wrong.
I agree, yeah.
Career slash line 307, 421, 520. When a guy slugs 520 lifetime, you cannot say he's sacrificing power, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you.
404 doubles, 286 career homers. I think, and I don't know what we could come up with the phenomenon, the name for this thing. But when you have a team that has a stretch of 4 or 5 years where they're not very good, fans tend to take out their frustrations on that team's best player.
Yeah, when the player signs a big contract like Votto did, a long multi-year deal, and it was, well, that he should be able to carry them to the promised land, but
that is not how it works.
Not in baseball.
Mike Trout still has not won a postseason game, right?
Correct.
And he's the best player on the planet.
Votto has a lifetime on base percentage of .421. It's 17th all time. And most of the guys ahead of him on that list are, you have to go way, way, way back in time. The exception being Barry Bonds, who ranks 6th all time. Williams is first.
Yeah, I think if you polled the current Cubs position players on their favorite player who is not on the Cubs roster, I think Joey Votto would get at least 3 or 4 votes. I'm guessing Ian Happ, Kyle Schwarber, and Anthony Rizzo would all say Votto. But they, in some ways, have patterned their offensive game after him. Three and two. It's a ground ball towards center, and it's in there for a base hit. Now Suarez. We joked last year about Votto having nobody to talk to over at first base because Brandon Hyde became a manager with the Orioles. They used to, I mean, when he played defense at first, he and Hyder just talked and talked and talked and talked. Underwood on a 1-0, up and in.
Yeah, just the front shoulders leaking a little bit towards first base. Shoulders are rotating east and west a little too much, and that's what's causing that ball to drift, stay up, and kind of run in on the right-handed hitters.
I know it's kind of what we do now, but with that strike zone graphic we have, how many strikes have we seen tonight right on that top line?
Yeah,
it's really amazing just how much guys live belt high and above.
And it changes the whole nature of the at-bat too, or kind of the game to a certain extent when that pitch gets called, because normally when you pitch with the elevated fastball, you're looking for chase or maybe a fly ball. You know, you're not necessarily looking for a called strike up there, but some umpires, it seems to me anyway, over the last couple of years have been inclined to call that high ball a little bit more, and I think that's a good thing. I think if the high fastball is called a strike, hitters will have to adjust, try to level out their swing a little bit to get on top, and it might cut down on the strikeouts, might create a little more action, put the ball in play a little bit more often. Connecting a lot of dots there, but I think there's a chance.
Votto takes off with 2 outs. Suarez was just able to hold.
Suarez has been on all 4 times tonight, 3 walks and reached on an error.
Castellanos. Here comes the manager. You know, David Ross knows this game is not over yet. He, I believe, is going to make a change. He's got Ryan Tepera up, and he's made the call. So bottom 7, a run in, 2 men on, 2 down. We'll be back.
What you working on? Oh, just puttering, tinkering, commemorating bizarre mishaps that Farmers has seen and covered. Had a little extra time on my hands lately.
And that?
Oh, this? Just an app I've been working on. It's called Signal from Farmers, and it could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance. Simply sign up, drive, and save. But I'm sure whatever you've been working on is equally impressive.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Baseball is back, and T-Mobile is your ticket to the game. Now, T-Mobile and Sprint customers get access to free MLB TV and a one-year subscription to The Athletic. So stream all the MLB action and follow your team this season with America's most reliable 5G coverage. From home to home plate, only T-Mobile keeps you in the game with free MLB TV and The Athletic. Now through August 3rd, head to T-Mobile.com/MLB to score.
Summer is here. Bring on the epic savings at the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event. Right now, find great deals on every SUV and sedan, including more 2020 IIHS Top Safety Awards than Honda or Toyota. Plus, get complimentary maintenance for 3 years and America's best warranty. Hurry in and save at the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event.
Now get 0% APR for 72 months on the 2020 Santa Fe or Tucson and make no payments for 90 days. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Cubs lead 8-2. Reds batting here in the bottom of the 7th. Watch exclusive Cubs content on the Cubs YouTube channel, from behind-the-scenes features to game highlights and more. The Cubs YouTube channel shares new videos weekly. Subscribe today at youtube.com/Cubs.
Here is Ryan Tepera. He joined the ball club over the weekend. Yesterday, I believe, right? Brad Wick was placed on the IL, and Tepera replaced him on the 30-man roster.
Yeah, he was sent over to the auxiliary camp. The idea being that he just needed to catch up a little bit. Because when he did pitch in summer camp, spring 2.0, whatever you want to call it, he was really sharp. Showed a real nice slider.
So this is his Cubs debut. Working against Castellanos. Funny, man, my routine is not yet set, and I know once you get into a baseball season it's hard to remember what day of the week it is, but it's even stranger this year. So it's like, was that yesterday?
Yeah,
it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Today's Monday. Swing and a miss.
I usually say things like the other day. And it's just like,
the other day
could have been yesterday, could have been a week ago. Yeah, it looked pretty sharp the other day. Those numbers you saw for Ryan Tepera were posted with the Toronto Blue Jays last year. Had some injury problems, only pitched 23 times. He was quite busy the 2 previous seasons.
Little jam shot liner, base hit into center. Votto around third, and he's in. And it's 8-3. As the Reds try to get back in this game.
A tough luck for Tepera. Really pushed that ball hard in on Castellanos, but he was able to muscle it into shallow center. His first knock of the night.
Here's Winker. He picked up the Reds' first hit, pinch hit single, a knock and a run off Rowan Wick. That run was charged to Dan Winkler.
That's the
breaker.
one, yeah. Just great depth on that slide ball right there.
Gets away. Nope, hit him. And that's not good. Base is loaded. This inning kind of blew up out of nowhere, didn't it? After the Stevenson home run, which was no big deal, Irvin struck out. Votto singled. Suarez walked. Castellanos knocked in Votto. Now Winker will get the tying run into the on-deck circle. Josh Van Meter is the hitter.
An easy day for the manager yesterday with that 9-1 win. There was a couple dicey moments in the middle of that ball game. This looked like it was going to be kind of an easy night too, but a little drama here now as the Reds start to push.
Called strike. They give Van Meter a lot on the left side. Bodie off the line and in a little bit now, backpedaling. Baez very close to second base. And they play Van Meter to pull in the outfield. Here's the 0-1 pitch. A backhanded pick by Contreras.
That's 5 hit batsmen in this ball game. Cubs have been hit 3 times.
Yep.
Reds have been hit twice. Now, wait a minute.
And no stare downs.
Cubs have been hit 4 times.
6 hit by pitches.
Yeah, a lot of them are those just kind of like that though. Breaking balls. Zany breaking balls.
They're really pumping up the fake crowd noise in Cincinnati. That is a strike. 1-2. Somebody's telling that guy on the dial there to make noise. That's a tough take. 2-2.
Well, normally, and I think they've already got there, I think when their pitchers record 10 or 11 strikeouts, whatever the magic number is, they give away free pizza. So I'm surprised he wasn't cranking up the volume when the last time a Cub hitter struck out.
Swing and a miss. Ryan Tepera strikes out Josh Van Meter. They leave him loaded. They did get a couple, including Tyler Stevenson's first major league home run in his debut. 8-3 Cubs.
Every generation has its heroes who see past themselves and the risks and the fear to run toward the danger with courage and compassion, touching lives, saving lives, changing us all. Every generation has its heroes, and you are ours. Advocate Aurora Health.
After 225 years of Jim Beam, you'd think we'd just look back on our past. Nope. We're looking to our future, where we're crafting new bourbons, creating new ways to drink them, and teaching a new generation of distillers. So no, we're not raising a glass to the last 225 years. We're raising Jim Beam for 225 years to come.
The newest addition to the Chipotle Kitchen is a second Chipotle Kitchen. Introducing Chipotle Digital Kitchens, exclusively for your online order with dedicated teams ready to make it fresh, fast, exactly how you want, and deliver it straight to your door. Order now for contactless carryout or delivery.
They say less is more, but we believe more is more. That's why we built FanDuel Sportsbook with more ways to bet, more ways to fund your account, more ways to cash in, and more ways to cash out, with payouts delivered straight to your bank account in as little as 48 hours. You want more? You got it. Check out FanDuel Sportsbook. More ways to win.
Time for stats brought to you by Lowe's, and I screwed up the change defensively. Horner went to left, so Bryant, not Baez, came out of the game. So I apologize for that. Big offensive night for the Cubs once again. After putting up 9 yesterday, they've got 8 so far. Rizzo just homered his last time up.
Oh,
and he just got
another hit by pitch. StatCast, powered by Google Cloud, but not getting hit by a pitch tonight. Anthony Rizzo did this. Hit his third home run already here on the young season. How did he do it? By employing a 34-degree launch angle. He hit it 364 feet.
Here's Baez. Still in the game, 1 out of 4. RBI double in the second. Well, a couple more here wouldn't be a bad idea, just for good measure, leading by 5 late. Bullpens are quiet. 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3.
This safe play is brought to you by Life or Death Illinois. Start seeing motorcycles. It really is a matter of life or death. Learn more at lifeordeathillinois.com. Nice glove work by Galvis, but the rest of it not so good. And the airmail is the throw. Javi makes his way into second base.
That's what Javi thinks of that at bat. Schwarber.
Cubs have struck out 12 times tonight. Definitely a pizza night in Cincinnati.
On the ground, and they'll try to turn it. Farmer to Galvis. Safe. Schwarber beat the relay.
Further evidence that Kyle Schwarber runs better than many people realize.
Yeah, you know, the Cubs don't have a lot of slow guys. They don't have a ton of burners, but I would say all their guys run fairly well, and some run really well. Contreras pops into center field. Irvin will make the two-handed catch. Midway through the 8th, Cubs 8, Reds 3.
I'm Kyle Hendricks.
I'm Anthony Rizzo.
I'm Craig Kimbrell.
You're watching MARQ Sports Network.
Valspar Signature holds up to common stains and cleans up easy. Discover what's possible at Lowe's.
Taco Bell's new grilled cheese burrito is filled with nacho cheese sauce and a delicious 3-cheese blend. And even more melty cheese is grilled on top. Introducing Taco Bell's $5 grilled cheese burrito box. Order ahead and pick yours up at our contactless drive-thru.
Every weekday night, tune into the stadium.
I never remembered a time where Jeff Bagwell or Derek Bell or Craig Biggio looked foolish swinging the bat against another major league pitcher.
You can tell he was built for this. It doesn't take long to see what kind of respect everyone has for him, and he gives it back too.
We still are making the connection, and we are still trying to show our students that we're there for them.
The Stadium on MARQ Sports Network. Presented by UI Health. Changing medicine for good.
Hey, let's check out the stylings of the veteran left-hander John Lester. Really good here tonight. Brought to you by Xfinity. 5 hitless, scoreless innings. He didn't walk a man, punched out one, hit a batter. Very sharp stuff from the big lefty tonight. 76 pitches, 50 for strikes. 14 of the 19 batters he faced saw strike one before they saw ball one.
Yeah, that's our defensive player of the game, brought to you by Xfinity. And he pitches, but he did everything right. Really didn't need his defense to make any particularly difficult plays. So Tepera back out. Has already done the 3-batter deal. So it's all gravy now.
Boy, now you said the magic word.
Although, I got to be honest. You know, when you say it's all gravy, that usually gets that reaction. I'm not a gravy guy.
Not a gravy guy?
I like my mashed potatoes, just a little butter, and that's it. I don't need the gravy.
Gravy is one of the main food groups.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
1-1 to Farmer. And a bouncing ball, foul to third.
Yeah, if anybody knows the best place in Chicago to get one of those hot turkey sandwiches with gravy slathered all over it, I'm all ears.
The open face?
I like the closed face.
Okay.
I mean, I'm good either way. I'm not. Eventually, it comes back to food, doesn't it?
It really does.
Ooh, that's
swing and a miss,
pitch.
strike three.
I don't know if he's calling that a cutter or a slider or whatever, but it's good. Tight spin, gets on top. So difficult for a hitter to pick that up.
Now Galvis.
Tepera was born in Houston, lives in Friendswood, which is a suburb of Houston. Pitched at Brazoswood High School and then Sam Houston State, the Bearcats in Huntsville. It's the home of old Sparky, or Sparky, whatever, the electric chair there at the prison.
Old Sparky sounds right.
And Steve Sparks pitched there as well. Speaking of Sparky.
Oh, even better. So we've already mentioned Capital Punishment and Shawshank Redemption. Something's wrong with us. A little fade piece, huh? 84, change up?
Yeah, maybe. Right elbow impingement was the issue last year for Tepera. So he was out of action from mid-May through the end of August. '17 and '18, 141 appearances combined with Toronto. Good work, 2 ERAs in the mid-threes both those seasons.
Full count. The kid Stevenson, who homered in his first career at bat, is on deck. Here it is. Called strike three. Here's a look at our upcoming schedule, brought to you by First Midwest Bank, helping you build business momentum. You have plans. First Midwest Bank has ideas. Alec Mills And Tyler Malley in for Anthony DeSclafani. Mills in the rotation due to Jose Quintana starting the season on the IL.
We have Miley tonight. We get Malley tomorrow.
Freddie swung at that, huh? That was kind of between monitors. I thought it was a called third. Okay. Whatever, it was a strikeout. And it's 3 in a row for Tepera. Stevenson on the second pitch he saw from Underwood, homered in the 7th.
Nice.
Getting hammered on Twitter apparently for the lukewarm gravy opinion. I don't hate it. I just don't like it or need it.
They're getting all over you for not.
Yeah. Turkey sandwich, same day in Logan Square.
Okay, I'm going to write it down.
Chris. Yeah, the turkey sandwich with the gravy, I'm good with that. I'm just telling you, if offered.
Yeah, I get it. Sure.
I'm a no.
Sure.
I view gravy as a condiment.
Not a staple.
Right.
Oh, yeah, here we
Grill
go.
in Joliet. Get on there and have a turkey sandwich with Mark Grant.
Hey, if I play my cards right, maybe I'll get an appearance on Check Please.
Yeah. Now a 3-1. He's 2 for 2 to start his career. It's not this easy. Tyler.
Tucker Barnhart went to have a baby and lost his job in one night. Stevenson kid comes up here and blisters a couple of balls. Better work him down and away next time.
Pitching change coming. Cubs 8, Reds 3, 8th inning. Don't go anywhere.
What you working on?
Oh, just puttering, tinkering, commemorating bizarre mishaps that Farmers has seen and covered. Had a little extra time on my hands lately.
And that?
Oh, this? Just an app I've been working on. It's called Signal from Farmers, and it could save you up to 15% on your auto insurance. Simply sign up, drive, and save. But I'm sure whatever you've been working on is equally impressive.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
The best new cars make the best used cars. That's why every Toyota certified used vehicle gets a 160-point inspection, new warranties starting the day you purchase, 1 year of roadside assistance, and more. Get as low as 0% APR financing on select Toyota certified used models. See your dealer for details.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Everybody is ahead of schedule. These guys have stayed ready. They've stayed in shape. They look great.
That was the best moment in baseball history when Jackie Robinson broke the color line.
You and Anthony, teammates, brothers, must be pretty cool.
I would love to play baseball with him for the rest of my life.
Rizzo hit by pitch, Cubs record 9-2-19.
Chicago Cubs baseball on MARQ Sports Network is brought to you by First Midwest Bank, helping you build business momentum. You have plans, First Midwest Bank has ideas. Advocate Health, we're cheering at a distance, game day and every day. By Miller Lite, the original light beer. And by the Bob LaCourcio Auto Group. Cubs have an 8-3 lead at Cincinnati, bottom 8, game 1 of 4, and welcome to our Budweiser broadcast booth. Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Icing on the cake. No, I'm all in on icing.
I've got no issues with icing. That doesn't rise to the level of gravy in my world.
Man. Come on, get me off the hook here.
So you're a sweet guy more than a savory guy.
Yes, I am. Yeah. James Norwood, runner at first, 2 gone, 8th inning against Phil Irvin. Outside, 97. Cubs bullpen has a lot of stuff. Just about every bullpen does these days.
Yeah, you're right. A collection of guys. Just about every club has 4 or 5 guys that go mid to upper 90s. Norwood features that big arm. His split finger pitch complements his upper 90s heater.
If he could do that every time, nobody had ever hit him.
Yeah, you can slot that down away to a right-handed hitter like that. They'd have to work so hard. I mean, he could punch a single the other way on that one, but not much else. James worked Saturday in the 8-3 loss to the Brewers. Pitched an inning, allowed 3 hits and a couple of runs.
He walked him. Make sure you catch up on the latest Cubs news and highlights as they go into Game 2 against the Reds. Tune in for Cubs Live, presented by Wintrust, tomorrow at 4:30. That leads into Cubs baseball from Cincy.
That's 4 walks and a hit batter issued by the Cubs bullpen so far here tonight.
Yeah, these are the moments where the 3-batter minimum comes into play, because you're asking Norwood to come in and get the final out of this inning, and he's got to either get that 3rd out or face Votto and Suarez.
Yeah, and with Brad Wick down, the Cubs are short a lefty in the bullpen. Rex Brothers and Kyle Ryan. Ryan worked yesterday. Should be good to go tonight, though.
Jeremy Jeffress is up, and as the runners will advance on a wild pitch. Yeah, I'm really curious by the end of the year, and it's probably not worth doing right now because of the expanded rosters, but to find out how many pitching changes the 3-batter minimum will take away. You and I disagree a little bit. I think we'll have as many pitchers generally as we normally see. It just will happen at different moments, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see how it plays out. I'm hopeful that we have the desired result, and that is a kind of a game that flows a little bit better with fewer mid-inning pitching changes.
Now that I think will happen. Fewer mid-inning changes. But we'll see. One and 2 to Votto. And he hits a line drive to right. Souza comes in. He can't get it. 2 runs will score. And the Reds can safely say they're back in this game. It's 8-5 here in the 8th. And now all of a sudden Craig Kimbrell is in play.
Votto just basically blocks this ball, chokes way up with 2 strikes. And a 3/4 punch swing, and you see Souza's fooled. He retreats, and then by the time he realizes that that's not the best option, it's too late.
Yeah, that is the sort of hit that definitely changes the mindset of the manager and the pitching coach in terms of who you might use to finish this game. And again, Jeffress is cranking it up, but he cannot come in just yet. And I do think he would be in the game for Suarez without the three-batter minimum.
Yeah, with his experience.
This will be Norwood's final batter no matter what. And he hopes it's the third out.
Well, Suarez has been very patient tonight. He's taken 3 walks already. See if he is able to maintain that same disciplined approach here with a chance to pull his club to within a run.
Ground ball to third, Bodie to second, and that is it for the Reds. They add 2 to get within 3. It's 8-5 as we head off to the 9th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for letting us help you.
Thank you for trusting us.
Thank you for being patient.
For standing 6 feet apart.
For sending lunch.
And thank you for saying thank you. Thank you to my family for understanding
that I am doing something important for our whole community.
Thank you to my team.
Thank you for staying strong.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
People from Chicago pull for Chicago. We root for its teams, celebrate its successes, push through its challenges. When people call us the second city, it's misleading. We're second to none. We're hardworking, resilient, but we have a good time. When you live in Chicago, you proudly call this home. Your bank should too. We're Wintrust, built here, for here. And we've taken our place as Chicago's bank because no other bank can say the same.
$5 footlong.
Now, only in the Subway app or online. Any footlong is a $5 footlong when you buy 2. Even the new barbecue rib. Subway, eat fresh.
Toyota of Fox Lake is now part of the Bob Lacurcio Auto Group, the largest Toyota group in the Midwest. There are thousands of new Toyotas to choose from. If you're in the market for a new Toyota, head to Toyota of Fox Lake today.
You're going to like buying a car this way.
I'm Kyle Hendricks.
I'm Anthony Rizzo.
I'm Craig Kimbrell.
You're watching MARQ Sports Network.
Insurance runs are brought to you by Gallagher, helping you face your future with confidence. David Bodie getting a start tonight, and he's made it pay off. A couple of knocks, including that RBI double in the 7th.
And our game summary is brought to you by Wintrust, proud legacy partner of the Chicago Cubs, exclusive home of Cubs checking. A lot of headlines. Lester 5 hitless innings. He's the Cubs pitcher of record. Another big night for Rizzo, who has homered. And Tyler Stevenson 2 for 2 to start his major league career. Right-hander Lucas Sims is now on for the Reds, facing Souza.
It's been an outstanding performance by the Reds bullpen here tonight. TJ Antone and then Brooks Raley coming in behind Wade Miley, who allowed 6 runs, 5 earned in an inning and 2/3. Last year, the numbers for Sims, a former Brave. Good slide ball there.
This is game 4. And you know what we haven't even sniffed yet? A replay review. We haven't had one moment that would even qualify as a second look. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, good point.
Swing and a miss on a fastball to strike him out. Led Let's Play 2 is a brand new weekly highlight show that brings you the best moments from the week. Tune in for the premiere episode this Sunday at 7 o'clock. Now, if we have a replay review here in the ninth, some will say you jinxed it or whatever. But there's something to the idea that because we haven't seen one, we are due to see one at some point.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
So maybe it is my ability to point out things that we haven't seen for a while that makes these things happen. I don't know.
Because the probability is that
we're not going to go 60 games without one.
Probably already beyond when you should have expected to see a replay. Yep. So some fans are probably at home going, man, when are we going to see our first freaking replay?
Bodie pops it up sky high, and I think he was called for interfering there with the catcher. Suarez made the catch anyway. So 2 gone, and it will be Ian Happ to hit for Horner.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I really like about this 3-batter minimum rule for a relief pitcher, for any pitcher, is the matchup game that the hitting team gets to dictate a little bit more.
Right.
So you got Happ over there, he's switch hitter. So you like to have that kind of guy on your bench, but he's better from the left side. So as soon as Sims enters this game, Rossi knows, okay, if I want to get Happ up there, I'm going to get an opportunity to let him swing from the left side against Sims.
As I said the other day, you don't need to use a decoy. If you are that other manager, just tell him you're going to hit because you have to. This guy has to face you. Yeah, you're right. I mean, if we're going with the cliches, with it's all gravy or icing on the cake, it's pick your poison.
Yeah.
One and two. Happ off to a great start.
Well, and bench players must love it too, right? Because there's nothing more frustrating than being sent up to pinch hit, and then the other team makes a pitching change and you get called back. You get burnt. You don't get a chance to swing it.
Bouncer to first. It's fair. At the bag, Sims for the 3rd out. 3 outs to go. Looks like it'll be the closer, Craig Kimbrell, when we come back, and it is a safe spot.
Come on in to DraftKings Sportsbook, the land of baller boosts. Basketball is back, and so is your shot to bet $20 to win $100 on the team of your choosing. Navigate the app with ease. Start betting live in no time. Get started with the promo code in the place where hoops and tech tango mid-game. Download the only top-rated sportsbook app that matters and get 5-to-1 odds on a moneyline bet. DraftKings Sportsbook.
Summer is here. Bring on the epic savings at the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event. Right now, find great deals on every SUV and sedan, including more 2020 IIHS Top Safety Awards than Honda or Toyota. Plus, get complimentary maintenance for 3 years and America's best warranty. Hurry in and save at the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event.
Now, lease the 2020 Kona for only $159 a month, or get up to $2250 in total savings. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Dear Summer, how do I make the most of you? Do I kick back and relax? Or climb new mountains? I could go and get dirty. Or switch into new lanes. One thing's for sure, it's gonna be great. Can't wait. Toyota.
Right now, you can get 1.9% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Toyota.
Stay tuned in after every game to Cubs Postgame Live on MARQ Sports Network. Our team brings you the expert analysis of the game, along with player interviews and top stories around the league. Cubs Postgame Live after every game on MARQ Sports Network.
Time now for the Miller Lite moment, and we flash back to the first inning with 2 outs. Wilson Contreras, RBI double right down the line. Steven Souza Jr., first big league plate appearance in quite some time. He missed all last year. He plates 2 with a double of his own. David Bodie chips in with an RBI single to right. The Cubs score 4 in the first on their way to a big lead early, but it's a little dicey now as Craig Kimbrell will enter the ball game.
This will be his first appearance of the regular season, second year as a Cub. And I'm guessing Ian Happ's still in the game and left after hitting for Horner.
Things did not go well for Kimbrell last year. Long ball really was a big issue. 9 home runs and a little over 20 innings of work.
Curveball strike on Castellanos. So Happ left, Almora center, Souza right in the Cubs outfield. Craig trying to notch his 347th Major League save. Slings it on the outside corner. Reds have scored all 5 of their runs over the last 3 innings against the Cubs bullpen after they were held without a hit through 5.
Kimbrell with that electric fastball, not quite the juice he had a few years back when he was routinely 98, 99, but still 96. The curveball is hoping to use his changeup a little bit more. This is the sweet spot for a closer, a save opportunity. It's still a 3-run cushion to work with.
Three and 2. His career ERA was 1.91 before he came to the Cubs. 6.53, pushed that career mark up just over 2. It's still pretty jaw-dropping. Fastball, and it's fouled away. 97 from Kimbrell. (8-5) Cubs lead 9th inning. Milwaukee down 5-1 at Pittsburgh in the top of the 9th. Brewers in danger of dropping to 1-3 to start the year. Another 3-2, ball 4.
And Cubs bullpen has really struggled with the walks here tonight, creating these opportunities for the Reds to get back into this game. It's 346 career saves for Kimbrell, have him 13th all time. Got a ways to go to track down number 1. Mariano Rivera saved 652 in his career.
Jesse Winker. That one got away. Fortunately didn't hit him. Would have been disastrous. It would have brought the tying run to the plate. As it is, it takes away the double play opportunity.
This would have been the 8th hit batter in this game had that gotten Winker. I don't know what the record is for hit batsmen in a game without malice. There hasn't been one ugly stare or...
Right. For a while, this one felt pretty comfortable. Not so much here in the 9th. 1-1.
That top of the zone strike we were talking about earlier. It's going to be a big adjustment for hitters if that's called consistently. These guys with the uppercut swing are not going to be able to compete with that pitch.
All right, got the low one, so he's covered the top and the bottom of the strike zone in this. Does he need to throw another one in the zone to Winker? 1-2.
The chase pitch might be that down and in breaking ball, but the way tonight is going, I'm afraid it hit him in the foot.
Kimbrel backed off the mound and grabbed the scouting card in his back pocket, which pitchers are now allowed to do. We were in Philadelphia a couple of years ago when a young pitcher did just that, and I believe it was Joe West.
Yeah, it was Joe, yeah.
Who told him it was a foreign substance or something, and then they clarified after the game and said it's fine.
Yeah, and I think now some guys have scouting reports, and they also then they have a sign sequences. You know, what they're going to do with a man on second base. So they're going to use, you know, table 1, table 2, table 3.
There's that curve you talked about, but Winker didn't offer.
Yeah, kind of sniffed it out. Craig kind of dropped his arm there a little bit.
Eight 5 Cubs lead, bottom 9. Runner at second, nobody out. 2-2 to Winker. On the ground will get the runner over, but that's not what he was trying to do. That's out number 1. That'll bring up Van Meter. You know what I'm thinking, right? Got to avoid the catcher Stevenson at the bottom of the order.
Yeah, you don't want to give him
this
a chance
thing over with before that.
Like Akiyama out on deck.
Curve missed.
Kimbrel 7 times an All-Star. Rookie of the Year in 2011. Five times finished in the top 10 in Cy Young voting.
What happened there?
I have no idea. That's what happened.
Well, Castellanos can take
down the line, yeah.
Big a lead as he wants because Bodie is about 70 feet from third base. Pretty good pitch, but Van Meter's hands moved, so he didn't get the call. Curve, strike, 2-2. Kimbrel trying to save it for John Lester. Inside. If he does, Lester will grab his 191st Major League win. Did he go? Apparently not. Cubs can't believe it. They thought Van Meter went after it. So that is ball 4. You be the judge. It's borderline. So 2 walks in the inning and a tying run will come up. To me, that's 50-50. Here comes Tommy Hotovy. The pinch hitter Shogo Akiyama hits. It'll be our first look at the left-handed hitting Akiyama, who signed a 3-year deal prior to this year. 9 seasons in Japan, a career .301 hitter.
Yeah, with a little bit of power, 20 home runs over there. How well that'll translate. I mean, should be able to do a little damage at Great American Ballpark. Gets high marks for his outfield play.
He is now 32. And he is 2 for 7 to start his major league career. The Reds were the last big league team to have a Japanese-born player on their major league roster. There's a strike throw to second, not in time. Bias thinks maybe, and we mentioned no replay. We might get one here. In fact, it's kind of a freebie. You might as well ask.
Interesting play by the Reds here to run it down 3. So they're thinking, let's just make sure we stay out of a double play. Certainly carries a good bit of risk.
I think he beat it. Javi tagged him, but I think Van Meter might have been there. They will challenge it. And if Van Meter is out, that is a terrible base running mistake. If he's safe, it's not, right? This is where it's not process based. Criticism is all about the result.
Well, I just don't know. There are certain times when you got an extreme ground ball pitcher out there and you just don't like the matchup. You're fearful of the double play where you say, let's start a base runner here. If you like the math, the numbers on the pitcher's time to the plate and the hitter, I mean, there's a lot of math involved. But in this instance, with Kimbrel having a hard time finding the zone, you don't really worry too much about the ground ball double play. And I don't know if Van Meter is a base runner that well. I feel pretty comfortable saying he's not Billy Hamilton.
Is there anything conclusive there? It's that left foot. Can't tell.
It's hard to know exactly when the tag was applied.
What I do like is Andy Green gave Rossi the immediate thumbs up, and I'm guessing Nate Holm did the same thing from the video room. Said just challenge it, right?
Yeah, what's nothing to lose here.
Don't cost nothing. You like I mentioned review in the top of this inning?
Yeah. Good way to go, man.
Meanwhile, 0-1 on Akiyama. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, he's really battling his command here. Maybe trying to throw a two-seamer to get some action running back to the inside corner. Just unable to execute.
Another one off the inside. The on-deck hitter is Freddie Galvis. And then after him, the Reds' star of the night, rookie Tyler Stevenson. 3-1.
Needs to reset his sights here. Nobody up in the Cubs bullpen. Craig's game.
Up over 20 pitches. Facing his fourth batter. Curve for a strike. 3-2.
Having a hard time locating with a fastball. Go to plan B.
He walked him. That's 3, and the bases are loaded. Bases full of Reds. They loaded the bases as they tried to come back late against Detroit yesterday, and Joey Votto hit into a double play to end that game. Freddie Galvis gets a chance here tonight. Here we go. Strike call. Good frame by Contreras. Willie absolutely stole a strike there. Galvis didn't like it.
Mentioned Galvis coming off his best year in terms of home runs and runs batted in last year. You don't think of him as a power guy, but he had 23 home runs.
Looks like Jeffress is getting up again in the Cubs bullpen as Kimbrel is nearing 30 pitches here in the ninth. Craig clearly frustrated. Two and one on him. The pitch, he hit him, and a run scores. And now the tying run is in scoring position. 8-6 with the bases still loaded. How many hit batters now is that?
It's 8 in the ball game. A lot of them have been breaking balls. That was a heater, but the command is such that I think he's got to go get them. I think it's take a shot with Jeffress here.
Well, as I said earlier this inning, this is the guy you probably didn't want to see. He's got no track record except for a homer and a single in his major league debut tonight. Tyler Stevenson swings and misses. Good action on that fastball. How about Stevenson blowing a bubble with his gum while he's swinging?
Yeah. Cool as a cucumber, this kid, huh?
Outside on a curve. Cubs now hanging on. Castellanos scoring on the hit by pitch. Van Meter now at third. Akiyama represents the tying run. Galvis at first represents the winning run. Kimbrel on a 1-1. Strike two.
I might open him up a little bit. Breaking ball off the outside edge might get you a chase. Elevated fastball might too, but Stevenson got on that high heater last time he was up.
Bases loaded, one out, bottom of the ninth. Kimbrel has a sign. The pitch. 2-2. Stevenson looks a little bit like Patrick Kane with his mouthpiece hanging out as he scores a goal. A nail biter in Cincinnati after the Cubs had a huge lead earlier. 2-2, and he didn't go after it.
Kid showing pretty good discipline in a huge moment. If you're Kimbrel and the Cubs, no such thing as artistic merit. You just want to win the game.
Yep.
It's ugly, but come away with the W.
Especially the way John Lester pitched tonight. 5 innings, no runs, no hits. The Reds have done all this damage against the bullpen. Nowhere to put him. 3-2 with the bases loaded. Here it is. He walked him. It's a 1-run game. The rookie Stevenson has homered, singled, walked, knocked in 2, and that'll be it for the closer.
Yeah, now you bring Jefferson, and there's no margin for error for him now. I mean, that's not an easy call for any manager. Tough for David. This is his 4th big league game to deal with this mess.
So it'll be up to Jeffress. Bases loaded, 1 out. Cubs clinging to an 8-7 lead.
At Audi, we design cars that exhilarate with versatility, whether on the track or the everyday drive. Today, that philosophy extends to how we connect with you. We call it Audi at your door. Whether a remote test drive, shopping, trade-in, or even service pickup, Audi at your door can do this and more at participating dealers. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
Hey, can I...
Safe driver, save 40%. Guys.
Safe drivers save 40%.
Safe driver, save 40%.
Safe drivers save 40%. That's safe drivers save 40%.
It is. That's safe drivers save 40%.
It's right there.
It's him.
Safe drivers do save 40%. Click or call for a quote today.
Get your glow back.
Start running again with a boost of B vitamins and energy from green tea. New Dunkin' Refreshers. Enjoy a medium today for $2 and order contactless on the Dunkin' app. America runs on Dunkin'.
Listen to the Off the Mound podcast presented by Sloan with me, Ryan Dempster. Every Monday, you'll hear exciting conversations with former players and other personalities.
Kyle Hendricks turned into, what he is now, and it's still incredibly fun to watch that guy pitch. You don't have to throw 98. You don't have to have an 85-mile-an-hour curveball or a 90-mile-an-hour slider, and he does it really well.
Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify today.
Make sure you join Cole Wright and Marquee Sports Network analysts as they break down the team's performance. Stick around for tonight's game, after the game, for Cubs Postgame Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Illinois. A lot to talk about after this one. The Cubs hoping it is after a win. Budweiser pitching change. Budweiser, this Bud's for you. Jeremy Jeffress now in a save spot.
Save with a capital S.
Yep.
Second appearance of the year. Scoreless inning yesterday with a walk and a hit batter.
Bases loaded, one out. Phil Irvin swings and misses. 8-7. Cubs lead by a run. Would you believe no hits in this inning? Walk, ground out, walk, walk, hit batter, walk. Strike two. Joey Votto is on deck.
Cubs are playing for two in the middle of the diamond.
Here it comes. Boy, the Reds in this inning have taken some tough two-strike pitches. That plate appearance by the rookie Stevenson was impressive.
Yeah, he's been most impressive here tonight.
Stevenson's only job is to stay out of a double play. His one really doesn't matter. It's just two guys ahead of him. Jeffress is most concerned about outside. The Reds were left for dead tonight. They were down at one point 7-0. Another 3-ball count.
Yeah, it's something with some of these pitches have just been, with Kimbrel and now Jeffress, just too far off the plate to get the chase, right? A little easier to lay off. And you also wonder, especially with the kid Stevenson in an empty ballpark, is it easier to control the heartbeat, to be a little more disciplined in that situation than if you had 30,000 people on their feet? Kind of an unknowable.
A nervous ninth inning. 2 in for the Reds. 3 on, 1 out. 3-2 on Irvin in a 1-run game. Here's the pitch. He struck him out. That might have been ball 4. Irvin went after it. 2 down, and here comes Votto.
Yeah, that ball up, it gets the chase, right? Guys see it, see it come out of the hand up. It looks good. They get into attack mode, and it clearly would have been ball 4. It was up and in. But it got the job done.
Now it gets even tougher. Joey Votto with 2 outs. He's been on 3 consecutive times, a walk and a run in the 6th, a single and a run in the 7th, and a 2-run single in the 8th. See Votto choking up. Ball 1. You got to throw him strikes, right? I mean, you know, he's thinking shortening up.
Yeah, he's already
only swinging at strikes.
He's already in 2-strike mode. He's choking up, kind of crouched.
One and one. We started after a rain delay of 1 hour and 47 minutes. And the Cubs are hanging on for dear life here in the 9th.
Wow.
That pitch was an inch away from hitting Votto and tying the game.
Yeah, Votto had to do it all over again. He probably would have stayed in there and let it hit him. Instincts take over. You could see the body language after the fact. It's exactly what he was doing, kind of the lean.
Two and one. Low. This is not an ideal spot. You're behind Votto. If you don't give in, you might walk in the tying run.
Yeah, you got to be aggressive here. Despite his resume, you just can't walk in the tying run.
In the air to left and out of play. So yes, it has come down to a full count with the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th in a 1-run game. I don't care that there are no fans in Cincinnati. There's a lot of drama going on right now.
Four walks and a hit batter in the inning.
Tying run at third, winning run at second, and all the runners will be on the move. Jeffress on a 3-2. Votto into center. Almora's got it. Cubs win. Cubs win. They hang on. 8-7 the final.
Can of corn, easy breezy, nothing to it. Just another garden variety W. Oh, that would have been an ugly loss. Jeffress comes in with the bases juiced and ultimately wins the battle against Joey Votto. That was key. He gets hit, we're tied, fights off the fastball. Got a good pitch to hit it hard, hit it on the line. But Albert Almora Jr. there to make the play. All's well that ends well.
I believe that's 13 left on for the Reds tonight, including the bases loaded twice in the final 3 innings. How about John Lester tonight?
Yeah, John was great. Bullpen obviously had their issues, but the first 5 innings were in the hands of John Lester, and he was outstanding. Scoreless, hitless baseball, a walk and a strikeout for Big John, and the Cubs have to feel like they escaped with one here this evening.
So for JD, for Taylor, and our great crew, this is Len Kasper with your final score. Cubs 8, Reds 7. We're back tomorrow. Pre-game coverage starts at 4:30 prior to game 2. We've got post-game live coming up next. And let's get you over to our Marquee Sports Network studios. Cole Wright, take it away.
Thank you, Len. And boy, let me tell you, that was a close one. We're sweating over here, and as we recap this game, we'll break down everything from the contest. Sean Marshall, he's going to let you know what made John Lester so good, plus Carlos Pena, he's going to give us the breakdown on the Cubs' explosive offense. That and more coming your way next, right here on Cubs Post Game Live. Don't move.
Hi, we're glad you came in. What's on your mind? Can you help keep these guys protected online? Easy. Connect to the X-Fi gateway.
And what about wireless data options for the family?
You can customize and save.
What about internet speeds that keep up with my gaming?
Let's hook you up with the fastest internet from Xfinity. And now with our stores reopening, we're putting healthy practices in place. Come visit a store today. Stop in or book an appointment online at a time that works for you. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Ask, shop, discover at your local Xfinity store today.
You have to look at the big picture. Maybe we got a little bit unlucky. When I show up, it's go time.
We are grinders, playing with your heart, playing with your emotions, and play for the team.
I want to prove myself each and every year.
The moment of truth. You take your deep breath. Now it's time to pull the trigger.
There's no days off. Show up to the ballpark, and when that first pitch is thrown, be ready to play.
Final score from Great American Ballpark, 8-7. John Lester, he was big. Craig Kimbrell, he had his issues. We're going to hear from their skipper, David Ross, who, oh, by the way, is undefeated when the Cubs play right here on MARQ Sports Network. But I'm just saying. And with that being said, welcome in to Cubs Post Game Live, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. We're going to hear from David Ross in his press conference in just a second. But until then, welcome into the show. As we said, presented by Blue Cross Blue Shield. Through it all, I'm Cole Wright alongside Sean Marshall. He's here. He's going to give us a breakdown on John Lester and Carlos Pena. He's in Florida. He'll give us a breakdown when it comes to that Cubs offense. But in the meantime, Craig Kimbrell, Sean, certainly making things interesting tonight.
Well, he sure did, man. When you're putting guys on for free like that, you are asking for trouble. And all in all, really, the Cubs bullpen, they all kind of gave the Reds a chance to chip away at a big lead, and a great pitching performance by John Lester overall. But man, everybody's sweating in here. I know I am. Yeah. That was some intense stuff, some good drama. But, man, thank goodness for Jeffress right there to come in and close that door, man. It's a big couple outs, you know, to keep that Cubs victory.
Absolutely. And Carlos, in that final frame, 4 walks, a hit by pitch, and they all came from Kimbrell. Boy, oh boy, he sure needs to go back to the drawing board, and he sure will.
Yes, no doubt about it. The command is an issue for him. Obviously, his weapons when he's pitching up on top of the zone and utilizing that breaking pitch of exactly the same plane, he's virtually unhittable. But he hasn't been able to do that. Yeah. He hasn't been able to pair those two together. He needs to get it going.
Absolutely. The good news is all wins, they look exactly identical in the book. So let's get to another Cubs W as they move to 3-1. The sky opened up early in Cincinnati, but in the top of the first, after a Chris Bryant hit by pitch and an Anthony Rizzo walk, that would bring this man to the dish, and it's Wilson Contreras. That double got the ball rolling, and just like that, Sean, it was 2-zip Cubs.
Yeah, he jumped right on that. That was a cutter, stayed down middle. The right-handed hitters like that ball down and in, especially a ball that's a little softer like that cutter. Hit it hard, right over the base. Thank goodness it was called fair. And a big start right there for the scoring for the Cubbies.
Absolutely. They were off to the races. And same frame, Steven Souza Jr. following suit. And he's all about those ribs, Carlos. That would hustle one across, and that would score Wilson Contreras.
Yeah, you get an opportunity right there to drive in runs and put your team ahead like this in the first inning. That is huge. That's making a statement, punching first. When you punch first, you punch twice. deuces pumped up about it.
Absolutely. Strike first, strike fast, strike hard, just like that. David Bodie, he was all about swinging at strikes, and that base knock right there would make it 4-0. So, Sean, all in all, a fruitful first for the visitors.
Yeah, Miley was really going to the cutter right there. He threw 22 out of 31 pitches that were cutters in the first inning. That one was up. Terrific job of Bodie to stay inside that for the hit.
How about this one? Bottom of the first, former Cub Nick Castellanos, 5-3. That's how you score it, Carlos. And we move on to the second just like that. And, Carlos, your guy, Anthony Rizzo, he's the Cubs' all-time hit-by-pitch leader for a reason, right?
He stands on top of the plate. I mean, if you see his back foot is actually on the line right there in the batter's box. So there's not a lot of room inside. You know, he'll take him, go to first base.
Absolutely. Walk's good as a hit, so is a hit by pitch, and more from the second. It's Javi time. And, Sean, I think it's safe to say that El Mago's starting to cook.
Yeah, change up right there. He did a great job of extending his swing, staying back, not being too much on his front foot, putting the barrel on the baseball.
Yeah, two-sacker pushes a run across, and then pass ball. All in all, a tough day for Wade Miley, Sean. 1 2/3, 6 runs, and 5 earned. Cubs just like that, up 6-0.
Yeah, not a good start for him. He really didn't have a whole lot to get the Cubs out tonight. You know, he was missing with that cutter. His execution was poor, and Big John did his thing.
Yeah, you know who was not missing with that cutter? The guy you just mentioned, Big John. He was channeling his inner Kyle Hendricks and Tyler Chatwood on Mondays from a season ago, 2-0 with a .60 ERA, and he was doing more of the same today.
Kept it going. He's picking up where he left off last year on a Monday. But this guy was fantastic. What he did really good, and take note, young viewers out there, he put down a shutdown inning right there after giving a 4-run lead in the first inning. And that's how you do it. If you want to win games, that's what you do. You put up zeros after your team scores runs.
Yeah, through 5, he was dirty. 5 innings, 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 strikeout. And strikeouts, as we know, are overrated. He got Phil Irvin to pop up. His evening was over. Top of the 6th now. Let's feast our eyes. Anthony Rizzo. He had a structured settlement, Carlos, but he needed cash now. Gone. 7-0. Cubs on the board.
Got a hanking off-speed pitch, top of the zone. Placata. He just doesn't miss it. You don't do that against Anthony Rizzo. See the nice posture right there, great swing. The back is feeling pretty good, Cole.
Absolutely. It looks just like it. And if anyone's back is feeling good, it's David Bodie in the 7th, making up for that error that he made in the 4th. And wouldn't you know it, Cubs, they continue to tack runs on. It's 8-1, just like that, Sean.
Yeah, another mistake cutter by the Reds pitching staff. Short swing, found the gap, put the barrel on it. Nice hitting tonight by Bodie.
Okay, now the game would change just a little bit. Score-wise, it's 8-3. Ryan Tepera, he was in. Van Meter, well, he's out. So just like that, 7th inning over, crisis averted. Let's jump to the 8th, if you don't mind, and that is when this man would be in. That's Joe Votto, doing some serious woodworking, and we know that guy right there, 8 days a week, Sean, he's a professional hitter.
Definitely a pro hitter. I mean, he always has a good approach. He knows exactly what he wants to do. But, you know, look at these runs start to tally up for the Reds. The bullpen just letting them chip away back into the ball game.
Okay, so James Norwood, he kept things at arm's length. That made it a 3-run game, and then Craig Kimbrell will come in. He's the closer, and he's got good stuff. But on this evening, that stuff, well, it was just a little bit questionable. Gets the out right there. However, free pass after free pass after free pass. We talked about it earlier, Sean. 4 walks and then eventually a hit by pitch, which we will get to. Not what you want to see from your closer.
If you're putting guys on for free, you are asking for trouble. He's got to go back on the attack. He's got to be aggressive in the strike zone. His stuff is outstanding. The breaking ball is outstanding. The fastball is outstanding, but it's only good if it's in the strike zone.
Yeah, David Ross would leave him in to face Freddie Galvis, and then Tyler Stevenson, the rookie who went bridge in his first MLB plate appearance, and that free pass right there would make it a 1-run contest. Only one out. David Ross says, you know what? I have to go with 2-4. Jeremy Jeffress, where are you at? Come on out here. Give us somewhat of a punch of life. Right, Carlos?
Yes, and he certainly did so. He came out, you know, throwing strikes and made it a little bit interesting. But right here, this pitch, it just flew out of his hand, and it kept on rising. To the hitter, it looks pretty good. And then when you commit, it's too late to stop your swing. That was an ugly one. It was effective.
Yeah, told Phil Irvin to sit down, be humble, and then he gets Joe Votto, who was 2 for 4 on the day, to rip one to the big field. Albert Elmore Jr., he reels it in, and the Cubs, whew, barely out of Great American Ballpark on a Monday evening with a W. 8-7, that's your final right there. And like we said earlier, a win is a win. Is a win. But on the other side of the coin, Craig Kimbrell, I mean, we said he had to go back to the drawing board. What did you see from him that made him so inefficient in this outing, Sean?
I mean, he just wasn't in the strike zone. I mean, when he's at his best, he attacks and attacks the hitters.
Sure.
You know, and if you're attacking with strikes, especially with fastballs at 96, 97, with life running up in the strike zone, it makes the breaking ball that much more effective. And he didn't do that. He didn't pound those strikes with old number one, the fastball, and it makes the curveball, you know, nothing pitch, ineffective. And he bounced a lot of pitches. He was just all over the zone. He needs to take a step back and, again, just slow it down. Just trust himself. I mean, he's had such a wonderful career. You know, he's just off to a bumpy start here, but, you know, he'll regroup, just get it back and put it back together, man. It was tough to see, but thank goodness for Jeffress. Terrific job coming out and extinguishing that rally by them.
Absolutely. The Cincinnati Reds, they scored a run every single inning once John Lester was pulled out of the game. But we're done talking about the pitching here. Carlos, we want to talk about the bats because we know there was an offensive explosion tonight. What did you see from the Cubs on offense that made them so good on a Monday?
It is so important to immediately come out of the gates and make a statement. And that's exactly what the Cubs have been able to do. In the first four games of the season, they've been able to score first. And when you do that, you increase your chances of winning. Right here, a cutter down and in to Contreras. That's the way you do it. You get the head out, and now the Cubs are on the board. And if you are on the receiving end of that for the Cincinnati Reds, it's like, okay, here they come. Here comes the bat. And immediately puts you in an advantage. This at-bat right here by Steven Souza was legit. Battling, working the count, fouling up tough pitches, laying out pitches off the corners, not chasing, staying alive until he got a pitch that he could handle. There's that cutter again that Sean talks about, not executed. Sousa's able to get the barrel to it, hit that absolute missile down the line. Now the Cubs are up 3-0. The Reds have not even come up to bat yet. And David Bodie, boy, he's just looking so good at the plate, so sharp. Again, working a pretty good at-bat. After being down in the count, he works himself back to even and hit the bullet the other way, plating another run. Isn't that nice? First inning, the other team hasn't hit yet, and you're up 4 runs. That's what I'm talking about. You increase your chances of winning. You look at the numbers historically, we're talking about maybe 65% chance of winning if you score first. And that's what the Cubs have been doing, buying themselves a little bit of room for error, which they needed at the end of the game and able to cash in on that win.
Yeah, just like a good old-fashioned street fight, the Cubs jumping on the opposition early and often, and we saw that once again tonight. Now, maybe the lost storyline in this contest was John Lester. John Lester was thrown a no-hitter, 5 innings, 0 hits, 0 runs, 1 strikeout, earns career win number 75 in a Cubs uniform and career win number 191 overall. But we talked about him earlier in the pregame show. He had to have that cutter working. He had to locate with that fastball, and he did just that. 76 pitches, and oh, by the way, 50, Sean, for strikes.
Yeah, he attacked the strike zone, and he used all of his pitches, where Wade Miley, on the flip side, he relied so heavily on the cutter. The Cubbies were all over it.
All over it.
But he established the inside part of the plate to righties, to lefties. He was moving the ball in and out, working the corners like he knows how to do. That's vintage John Lester. But he had some terrific combinations of pitches. Right here, the cutter away, paints it, works in, moves Votto's feet back, expands away. He's got him a little seesaw. He's got him reaching. He's got him in and out. Boom. That was a little front door cutter. Put it down and in. Boom, jams him with a little 2-seam, maybe a little run right there on that one. And Votto, he's just trying to put the barrel on the ball, but he can't get to it because he saw pitches on both sides of the plate there. Rolls a backdoor curveball for strike 1 there. Slows him down, speeds him up, causes a foul ball by Aquino right there. Try to get the chase breaking ball. Backdoor slider down, makes his adjustment, paints this ball on the corner. The hitter gives up on that pitch. It starts so far outside, and he's such a tall guy. Sure. He's like, that's a ball all day, but look at that. Right on the side of the baseball, ball's ball, falls back into the back door, bottom of the zone. Hitters give up on it and punches him out looking. He did that all night, and that's what he does, and that's why he is the man, John Lester.
It's almost
fabulous, 5 innings, scoreless.
Yeah,
did his thing.
As if he has a yacht that cruises up and down the Chicago River and Lake Michigan that says left-hander on it. Oh, that's because that's who he is and that's what he does. And you see inside the start right there, 5 innings, 0 hits, 12 fly ball outs. and 2 ground ball outs and just 1 free pass. He was the picture of efficiency, and for that, he earns season win numero uno. Time now for some Liberty Mutual field coverage brought to you by Lumu Emu and Doug. That's right. Great American Ballpark, the field crew, that's who we're keeping our focus on right there. Look at that. Making sure they get that tarp on there. And Carlos, tarp duty, it's never an easy thing to do. Getting that tarp peeled down, it's pretty complicated.
You have to give these guys a lot of credit. That's a lot of work right there. Working in unison as a team with synchronization. Excellent job. And then right here, the odd man out brings the John Deere truck and just seals the deal.